Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. I'm here to be talking about Demon Slayer, which is one of the really successful, popular animes that are in the word recently. Like recently, it came out in 2019, I believe, so it is really new, and it's just been blowing up in popularity. Like earlier this year, the movie, which I do plan on watching and doing a review of as well, since it did release in the US and stuff this year. So I definitely am going to check that out. But the show, which has one season as of now, like season 2 is on the way though, and so basically it's in this world where there's demons, and naturally you need to have people stop those demons. So you have demon slayers who hunt down the demons and stuff, and you're kind of brought into this world, and you aren't like following a demon slayer or a demon. You follow someone who was gone on a trip, and when he comes back, his family, like pretty much his entire family except one of his sisters, were slaughtered by a demon who you find out turns to be one of the main demon. And upon discovering his sister that survived has become a demon as a result, but she's like a different demon, because usually the demons lose a sense of who they used to be and who they were, and they just eat human flesh and stuff like that. But she's different. She after being asleep for 2 years, becomes she never eats blood or does any of that stuff, and she protects humans and wants to protect them. And during the time, because the show starts out with a huge time jump, like 2 years after the main premise and conflict that happens, the main character trains to become a demon slayer and to turn his sister back into human, also get revenge and take down the guy who did this to his family and ruined his family. So Demon Slayer is a really, from you hear about it, it sounds traumatic and just horrific and so scarring, because this show has a lot of moments, it doesn't hold back. It's one of the bloodiest shows I've seen in quite a while, and I don't mean that as a negative at all. I was really shocked, but also really impressed that an anime really, I'm still pretty new, to animes in general, being, I've watched a few like Naruto, Death Note and stuff. I don't remember seeing an anime like this, where it's just so bloody and so graphic and just disgusting in parts. But then, when it has all these elements, there's moments like this, which is, I was bursting out laughing in segments like this. Like, there's this blonde kid, Zenzetsu, or I can't even pronounce his name, I feel bad, but he is one of the funniest characters I've ever seen in a show. I die laughing anytime he does anything, really. And they introduce all these characters, season ones for shows are usually introduction seasons. They introduce stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, it's weird with animes. I've noticed this trend where it takes an episode or two before I really get invested in stuff. So with this, it was kind of the same, where I was like, this is all right, but then a few episodes along, I was really getting into it. And when they started introducing all these characters and introducing the main premise, the overarching story of the show that's going to be going forward, and the different ranks of demon slayers and these specific demons, and all that type of stuff, and you learn more and more about the world as you go along. I'm really starting to really love this show. I really am. It's such a delight to watch, because all the voice work across the board, the guy who plays Tanjiro, Inosuke, who wears a boar head, like Zenzetsu, or one of these days I'll pronounce it right. And all these characters have such distinct voices, and it really fits with their characters. And voice actors, I really feel like don't get enough credit, because people just write them off as they're just reading lines off a script in a room. But they really have to channel so much emotion and energy into their performances. You shouldn't just say, oh, it's just reading lines or whatever. The voice work in this show is phenomenal. I think it's really great. All the characters are really memorable in some way or another. The villains that they introduce are really solid villains throughout, especially the spider section, which I won't dive too much into, but all that stuff was creepy. I felt bad for the main one at the end when they showed backstory, and just the fight sequences, like especially with the sword animations when the sword glows and water comes out or whatever, whenever they do a special move or something. All that stuff looks fantastic. It looks really cool, and I just can't stop really praising the show because it was just really great. I understand why people were hyping it up and why people were excited for the movie and stuff. Like, I thought it was just overhyped, but upon watching it, it isn't really overhyped. Like, if you don't like it, that's cool and all, subjective opinion, all that sorts of stuff. But I really enjoyed the characters. The animation is beautiful. It looks great. The voice work is solid. The fight sequences are really good. There's so many funny moments to balance out the dramatic, crazy, gory stuff. It's weird how you can go so far in the one way, just be dark and graphic, just really messed up, and then the other way, it's just some of the funniest stuff you'll ever see in a show. It just makes, I don't know how they do it. I know coming up with this stuff, like, I know how stuff seems better on paper than it does in show format. Like, if you read and you're like, this will never work, this is just ridiculous, but sometimes you have to just go with it, go with the risk, and the risk usually pays off sometimes. And this had to be something that they were, like, the creators and stuff, and even the people that wrote the manga and all, they had to be like, how can we have these two big tonal shifts in storytelling? How can we balance that? So the fact that they balanced it so well, I think it's fantastic. It's one of my main praises I will give the show. But I'm real excited for what's going forward with this show. I'm really invested, and it's still really early on, so there's a lot more potential for the show to grow and become even better. But with all that said, those are my thoughts on Season 1 of Demon Slayer. Again, I cannot recommend this enough. It's on Netflix, Funimation, all that type of stuff. Definitely, if you want to, give it a watch. If you've heard the hype and you're like, is it that good? It kind of is that good, guys. It really kind of is. It's something else. It's truly special. Again, thank you all so much for watching this video. It means so much to me. And be on the lookout for the movie review of this. I do plan on reviewing the movie as well. And maybe I'll try to see some of these other newer movies coming out, like the Will Smith movie, King Richard. That looks so good. I really want to watch that. It all depends on if I have the chance. I do have a couple more days off because of Thanksgiving week, so that's great. I'll try to see some more of these movies during that time. But thank you all so much for watching my videos. It really means a lot to me. And if you want to hit the subscribe button and the bell as well to get notified when I upload, that'll be great. And if you want to comment down below what you think of Demon Slayer, and have you given it a watch yet, or if you're on the fence about it or something, definitely check down below. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.